Hey, what's going on everyone? I hope you're all doing absolutely fantastic. And today's review video is not just any other review video. It's one of the top talked about product in Indian market today on today's date. And I've done a few videos on my research about it and try to explain that this is just another whey protein. But I bought it and I'm going to put it through the same review policy that we have on our channel. And let's see how good it stands out. So here we go. First, let me open it up because I made an unboxing video, but I didn't break the seal. So looking at the seal, I'd say yes, it's a good seal. It's obviously not the best I've seen. I'd say as an let's get this clear. This product is manufactured in India, imported raw whey protein from USA. This is a typical thing any Indian company does, okay? And if you're still confused that it's not manufactured in India, please see my video on that. Alright, now being an Indian product, the seal could have been better, but it's really good seal. I mean, I'd say, see, it's pretty tight. I'd say it's pretty tight, but it could have been better. I think Sinew's seal is really good, but it's also pretty tight. Let's see, let's puncture it. Yeah, it's taking some real good pressure to puncture it. So I'd give it that yeah, they worked on the, I guess, feedback or something from the buyers. One thing is for sure, whatever flavor they did, that's pretty strong, because the moment I open it up, it's smelling. I mean, not many products do that. It smells really well, like a bunch of chocolate smell came out of it. Let me smell it. Yeah, really strong chocolate smell. Alright, we'll put it aside and we'll put it through our tests one by one. So it's going to go through the same things like quality, quantity, value for money, mixability, and taste, and microscopic test. So let's jump one after the other into different categories. Alright, so when it comes to the quality of this product, one great thing is that it's an isolate product. It's not a blend, it's not a concentrate. So basically having lactose intolerance, and concentrate is not the thing. Even in case of blends, you're going to be having trouble in that case. An isolate is fantastic. See, it's not really a better quality protein when we say isolate or concentrate. It's just something that gets absorbed a bit faster, and if you're lactose intolerant, it just helps. So that's a good thing. It's just whey isolate. Now, not so great thing is that it's not, I wouldn't have bought these two things in the picture, but I'm doing this because when I saw the advertisement video of this product, it was shown is that this thing is not using any other additives that other products use. But that's not right actually. So it's using INS 955, which is sucralose. Every other product uses mostly sucralose. Nobody uses stevia. Very less people use stevia. That's costly. And the other thing is that they're using stabilizer INS 415, which is basically Xanthum Gum. I'm going to make a video on Xanthum Gum to talk about it. It's not really risky. The only risk related to Xanthum Gum is that, and that's why a lot of people don't use that, they try to go for soy lecithin, is because Xanthum Gum is basically extracted from a bacteria that gets formed on a sugary substance. But to get it in a large scale, like really large scale, this has been produced for the last 30 years in large scale, GMO procedures are used, alright? So genetically modified procedures are used, and nobody knows because they don't go into the additive. I mean, the additive is additive. They don't say whether it's a GMO additive or it's not a GMO additive. So that information is shady and unclear, not just for this product. Whoever is using Xanthum Gum, that's unclear. Other than that, Xanthum Gum has positive effects on human body if consumed within the limit. And there's the other problem that I have, and I pointed it out in a Muscle Bliss product also, that when you're using silicon dioxide, Xanthum Gum, things like that, these are additives, please mention how much you're using, because there is a prescribed or limit to which a human body can withstand that. If it's crossing that limit, then let's say 15 grams per day, if it crosses that, then you're going to be having bowel syndromes. You're going to be having allergies. If you have allergy on wheat or milk related substances, you're going to experience those. And even it works as a laxative as well, so you're going to be having running tummy if this thing crosses the limit. So it depends, right? Let's say you're taking 4 scoops of these or 2 scoops of these, depending on that, but how much they're adding is really important. So that's the thing. It's a good product because it has only isolate. That's fantastic, but it's got 2 additives in it, which the advertised video doesn't talk about. So that's kind of a bit negative, I'd say. Alright, so when it comes to the quantity, you're getting around 86% of protein. But again, as I've mentioned in one of my videos, that what's the difference between different procedures in which you can measure protein content. They don't say whether they measured it on as-is or dry basis. See, if they didn't, as a consumer, I'm going to expect this to be measured from the manufacturer or the packer as on dry basis. So if they have made it on dry basis, then basically I'm getting around 83-82% of protein, because whatever amount of water is there in the powder, depending on that, that's what I'm having. So I think that's something, I mean, if the way this product advertises that it's one of the best products, they could bring in that best practice, which Nutrimed does, MyFitFuel does, that they specifically say, hey, this is the procedure in which we used the calculation of protein content. So that's one thing. Other than that, 86% is pretty considerable amount, not really bad as an isolate protein, so that's good. So the place where I kind of deduct most of the points for this product is that the price. See, the 1 kg, that's what I'm measuring, because pretty much everything I measure based on 1 kg tub on my channel. 2850 is the price for 907 grams, that is 2 pounds, that's mentioned here, 2 pounds. Which comes to about 91 bucks, a wee bit more actually, but I took 91 bucks per scoop, which is now a 29 gram scoop. I didn't calculate it on 32 or something, the price would have bumped up more. Their scoop size is 29 grams, so I checked 29 grams. So 91 bucks for an Indian product, isolate, and it's pretty common product. See, there's so many products on Amazon, you can go check it out, who have exactly same or more protein content, chocolate flavor, no difference whatsoever. So I think the price is humongously high, not just high. I mean, 6-pack was having a blend protein at 65 or something. I was saying that's costly. That should be around 45. This is pure isolate. It should be around 40-45 bucks. I think that would have been absolutely fantastic, but this price is just more than double or close to double. Now, I know some people would say this is a US product. You don't know anything. Let me show you something. And let's not talk. You see, I made a video that shows it's not a US product, okay? See, this is manufactured not by GM Nutrition, just in case you've come only to this video. This is manufactured by Roseate Medicare, which is a third party in Himachal Pradesh. Alright? Now come here and see how the advertisements are done. This is manufactured for GM Nutrition, which is, again, the address is Indian address, Punjab. Under technical guidance with GM Nutrition, PO Box, something, California, USA. So all we're saying that we have a technical collaboration with some US company or person or whatsoever, but the company for which GM Nutrition this is made, that's an Indian company. Who's making it is an Indian company. I'm importing it from USA. Every single brand in India imports protein from USA, Europe, or Canada or Australia. So there's nothing new about it. So basically it's an Indian product, humongously costly. So very less amount of point in this aspect. Moving on. Alright, so it's an isolate product, so I took 200 ml of water in my trusted shaker, and let's see how well it mixes. It's supposed to not create froth because the Xanthum Gum is added. Where's the scoop? Somewhere really down below. Alright, talking about the texture of this product, let me move it about. Let me talk about the texture. So, I know a lot of people are gonna not like this, but I'll tell you. See, this is exactly the same texture as I found on 6-pack. Exactly the same texture that I found or Muscle Whey from Nutrimed. And the similar texture to Sinew, Palladium Whey. I would say probably the raw whey protein source is exactly the same as those. Because when I reviewed a Power Athlete, their whey protein is a bit smoother. Same happened when although I didn't review it yet, but I've used the Geo Nutri Geo Essential. Their texture is a bit different. But just looking at the texture, you can tell the raw whey protein is probably sourced from the same place. Davisco or someone, I guess. Yeah. Alright, anyway, I don't know that info, so I can't say for certain. I'm just saying from my experience. This is the scoop, by the way, 29 grams. And here we go, one scoop. And it's really smooth, you know, it's a really free flow sort of thing. And the moment I put the hand in or open the lid, there's this nice fragrance coming out. So they, whatever artificial flavor they used humongously high dosage of that because it's smelling really good. Let's try and mix it. Oh my god, I have so much protein on my hand. Oh, it's mixing pretty well. I mean, really well, I'd say. Do I see any lumps? I don't see any lumps except for a few tiny little floaters just by mixing it this way. Fantastic. Let me use the shaker thing to mix it. Alright, not much more is needed. This is good enough. And do I have sinkers? We don't have sinkers. Do we have something sticking around? Alright, we have certain things which are sticking here, but very faint and tiny little bit of it, because I think they use this cocoa and the flavor to a good extent. These things are sticking around. Other than that, there's nothing else. And I don't think there's any floater also. Let me just open and see. Yeah, there's no floater at all. Either they have used, now here's the thing, it's my personal opinion, right, as per my experience, either they have used huge quantities of xanthum gum to suppress the foam and make it thick, because xanthum gum is an emulsifier as well as a thickening agent. Both things it does. So the translucency I don't see. I don't see the froth. So an isolate whey protein without a good amount of emulsifier is going to froth a lot. Without a good amount of thickening agent, it's going to be translucent, right? Even if it's a chocolate flavor. That's not happening in here. There are two conclusions to that. The xanthum gum is too much. See, Iso Sensation, Ultimate Nutrition Iso Sensation, the best in the market, use soy lecithin, but still it froths. That tries to suppress, still it can't suppress. It still froths. This thing is not frothing at all. It's an isolate, right? That's what they claim. So either they've used that INS 415 xanthum gum too much to suppress this and make it thicker, or if they claim that no, they haven't used too much, then this is not whey isolate. This is either blend or it's a good amount of concentration in there. There are two conclusions to this. Either of them is correct, and that's my personal experience. I'm not saying that this is bad or something. That's what I feel. All right, let's taste it. Okay, what I feel, because it tastes good, but it's a wee bit of aftertaste of the sucralose. So they added good amount of sucralose, and sucralose has this artificial aftertaste to that, like the metallic sort of taste. Whoever used, they know. So that's there, but it's not lingering for long. It's actually really good. It tastes really well. It's not that dark chocolate or deep chocolate flavor in there, just a faint chocolate flavor, and it's 200 ml water, not much, right? But it's still good. I'd say flavor-wise it's good, but I'm just not that satisfied with the mixability tastes, because, you know, as a consumer, in my mind there would be two questions. One, I'm paying $2,850 for this thing. Is it a really isolate? Because it's supposed to froth and it's supposed to create a less thicker solution in here with 200 ml of water. And if that's not, then have they added that additive xanthum gum too much? So both of these things are not good. And that's why I always suggest, or I always prefer brands who don't add those emulsifiers or thickening agent. Even for Muscle Blaze, I mentioned that. They use silicon dioxide to make it smooth, free flow. I mean, is this a salt advertised or something? Just to give it the way it is. I mean, we're happy with that. We don't want to add those additives in our body. So I'm not happy with those two things. Other than that, it mixed really well and it tastes absolutely fantastic, except for a bit of faint aftertaste to it. Alright, let's move on to the microscopic test to find out what we got inside. Alright, let's get along with the microscopic test, and I think we're going to use just a wee bit. Not much of this thing, because it's really costly stuff in here. And spray it out. That's good enough, I guess. Just push it in. Let's see what he got inside. Alright. This is... Alright, let's start recording. Yeah, we're recording. Okay, so this is normal texture of whey protein that we've seen so far. Let me zoom in a bit. but I'm seeing a bit big sort of chunks like the one you're seeing right now on the screen. Let me see if I find anything else. Right, so I don't know what these things are. So do you see this on the screen? This is something we found when we were doing the Muscle Blaze review. I'm not sure. Like, is this sucralose, big chunks of those? Do you see that on the screen? Like really big chunk crystal sort of thing. This one. Okay, where did it go? Yeah, this one. Right. So this is what I'm talking about. This is not really usual in whey protein. This is definitely an additive, and in Muscle Blaze Whey we found stuff like that. This is one of the smaller crystals that you see right now on the screen, like this one. Anywhere else? Anything else going on? So that's obviously the paper, and this is the whey protein normal texture. Anything else going on? Okay, again the big, I think that's, is that paper or what is that? Right, so there this, I'm not having much of a focus in here, but let me try and see what these are. So these are some things that we're seeing on the screen that you see. I'm not able to really focus in for some reason, I don't know why, but this is bigger chunks, crystalline chunks. There are quite a few, and I think those are either sucralose or xanthum gum, as those are the only additives they have mentioned. Okay, they did add artificial flavor. Those could be those as well. Other than that, what we're seeing is plain and... What happened to the focus, man? Let me see. Oh, I think it just flattened out a lot. I mean, made a heap or something like that. Yeah, now it's better. So other than that, the texture that you're seeing, that's cocoa powder and whey protein that you've seen pretty much everywhere. And whey isolate sort of glistens like that. We've seen that in As It Is. We've seen that in any other brands also. My only concern is with these big chunks of crystals that you see. Like the one, again, this one. You see it? This one. These are the things. Other than that, it looks fine. Yeah, I think we're good. Now here's the time when we talk about the pros and cons of the product. And when it comes to the pros of the product, the only thing that I found is, yes, definitely a pro is that it's a isolate product. 86%, I didn't write the percentages because that's not really a pro. See, I would have written it as a pro if the percentage would have been bumped up to, let's say, 88% or something, because iso sensation, which goes kind of in the similar price range, and sometimes with the offer you can get 30-40% less or so, has more protein percentage than this one. So I didn't put it as the plus, but of course it's an isolate protein, so that's the pro for this product. Alright, so when it comes to the cons of this product, it's a bit different, but the views that I'm sharing are my own, right? Don't come hating on me. So the price is humongously high. I already proved it's an Indian product, made in India, for an Indian company, by an Indian company, imported whey that everybody does in India. So in that case, 91 rupees for a scoop for a chocolate flavored whey isolate is way too much. It should be ideally half the price, alright? So the price is really big stopper for most consumers in India, I would say, at least for me. So the next one is, of course, the additive INS 415. There is a chance that INS 415, you can go do your research, can be produced genetically modified whey. That is, it could be a GMO product, and that is not really a great thing. And another thing is that whenever someone adds any additive, they may be Muscle Blaze or whoever. I talked about Muscle Blaze whey protein, the same thing. And also these guys, they should come very clear on the amount of additive they're adding, because these additives has a permissible level. You cross that and you're going to be in trouble. The other reason why I don't like it is because, see, it's an emulsifier and a thickening agent. So by using this, the company potentially is restricting my capability to identify these as an isolate product. I explained this. See, all my isolated protein videos, I clearly say that even if someone uses some emulsifier or cocoa powder or something, the frothing and the transparency are the two key things from which you can find out whether it's an isolate product or not, unless they use a huge chunk of emulsifier to that. So either they used a huge chunk of emulsifier or it's not an isolate product. So that's also something as a consumer is a concern for me. The other thing is, of course, the transparency. The way this product is advertised, in the way it's manufactured, like where it's manufactured and it's directly shipped and all that. And also at the same time, but that's not a big deal actually, but the bigger problem is it's advertised as a best quality whey protein because it has no additives except for sweetener and cocoa powder, which is not true. You can see on the label they have stabilizer added, they got sweetener sucralose added, they have artificial flavor added. So it's basically exactly same as any other product, and I would actually point out, I can point out some really amazing products which don't have stabilizer added for good reasons. Okay, the transparency is a big thing, and if you don't use the stabilizer, you're actually helping the consumer identify the product. So that's why I find this as a con as well. Now, do I recommend this product? See, I don't recommend any product to anybody, okay? You want to buy something, that's your personal opinion. I say, what would I have done? See, I review products, so I generally don't buy something twice or thrice because I keep on buying new things so that I can help my viewers. But if I had been a normal user, right, not a reviewer, just a user who goes to the gym and buys things, and someone in India, I would not be buying this product ever, not just for first time WhatsApp. The primary reason is the price. So 2,850 is way too much. It's more than double the price that any company should charge as an isolated product in India. It's a hugely competitive market, but the margins of whey protein, if you do your own research, you'll find is humongous. So this is a astoundingly costly product, and I mean for any normal consumer to even go and try this. The other reason I wouldn't go for it is because I don't have trust on this, okay? And I'm saying that because I proved it to you why I don't have trust. They have used an emulsifier either too much or this product is not a whey isolate. To me, not saying that's the statement. To me, as a consumer, I feel those are the doubt areas for me, alright? And that's why I'm not going to buy this thing ever again. I'll definitely use it. It tastes really fantastic with a wee bit of aftertaste for sucralose, of course. And the microscopic test found some crystals. I believe those are sucralose and xanthum gum or artificial flavors, some of those, because those additives show up. That's why we do the microscopic test, you know. Like clean proteins don't have those things. Proteins that come from, let's say, Muscle Blaze Beginner's Whey, we showed they had so much of additives, binders, so many things. Looks really gooey, and some other brands also we showed. So these are the reasons we do. We don't want to like demerit something, just transparency. So yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, please let me know if you liked it, and I'm gonna bring a good amount of comparison videos with this protein and some other proteins that I'm using so that it helps you choose among those things. I hope you like the videos that I'm doing. Keep supporting the channel, and thanks a lot for all your time, the time you took to watch this video. Have an awesome life, folks. Ciao.